How to do dumbbell bench press correctly. This is what we're covering today, and here's my promise to you. At the end of this video, you're going to be super confident with your form. You're going to feel your chest and triceps load better than ever. Your shoulders are going to be safe, and your muscle and strength progress is going to soar. Right, enough said. Let's get into it. We're going to do a tutorial, then we'll cover common mistakes, and then I'll leave you with some quick tips. Okay, an effective dumbbell bench press starts with the grip. So you want to grip super strong. You want to make sure the dumbbells are in contact with deep palm, okay, just behind the thumb line. That's important because we want to irradiate tension all the way from the grip into the shoulder. That activates the rotator cuff and it makes your shoulder very stable. Okay, when we get those dumbbells up in a sec, we want to make sure that the wrist stays straight. We want to make sure that the heel of the palm is where that load is going through, okay? So it's not cocked back like this, it's here nice and strong. Now we're going to stack those hands above the shoulders. So you're going to kick it off one leg, then the other, press up, and we're going to just pause there for a second. Before we even think about pressing, we want to make sure that we create stability through the four main points of contact, the feet and the shoulders. Okay, starting with the feet, we want to pull them back, and just before the heels lose contact with the ground, that's where we're going to set them, and we're going to push very strongly through the whole foot to create lower body stability. When you do that, you will feel your quads and your glutes strongly contract, okay? That will stabilize the lower half of your body all the way up into the pelvis. Your glutes should stay in contact with the bench, but it's kind of like doing a hip thrust, so there's light contact, not heavy contact. Next, we're going to screw the arms into the bench. Okay, so I want you to think about doing a quarter turn of the dumbbells and pulling those shoulder blades together. Okay, lightly retract the shoulders as if screwing the arms into the bench. That is going to do a few things. It's going to set the shoulder blades back and down. It's going to create tightness through the lats. It's going to stabilize the ball in the socket, and it's going to ensure that the elbows stay close to the torso instead of flared out to the sides. So notice when I do that, it turns the dumbbells such that they're oriented at a 45-degree angle to the body. Now, before the execution, you can just check that arch. I have a slight global arch through my spine, which is what I want. That helps me to transfer force all the way from the ground up into the dumbbells, and it pre-stretches my chest so that I load it effectively on the way down. Now we're ready for the execution. I'm going to pull the dumbbells down, keeping the chest proud. This is called being active on the negative. I'll do that again. We're going to squeeze those lats as if doing a dumbbell row to pull the arms down. Think about this as storing energy in the chest and triceps, ready to explode back up on the return. Notice that the elbows track at a 45-degree angle to the body. That's how I know I've created lat tightness on the way down. That is so key to remaining in a strong position for the press. Before we press up though, it is good practice to pause for a split second in that bottom position. Notice that the wrists are stacked above the elbows and the elbows are level with the torso, not beyond it. And my chest is still proud. I've got maximum stretch here. And then just before we transition up, we pause just a split second, then you can drive the dumbbells back up. Okay, think about stacking those hands back above the shoulders. Notice that the dumbbells stay at that 45-degree angle the whole time. A quick note on breathing. Breathe in through the nose on the way down and breathe out through the mouth on the way up. That nasal inhale creates intra-abdominal pressure, which is the foundation of stability. So you want maximum stability in the bottom position. And now you have stability through the feet, the torso, and the shoulders, which is a launch pad for a strong press. Okay, let's put all that together for a real-time demo. I'm just going to do 5 reps so you can watch all those steps in action. All right, give me a breather, and then we'll go through the common mistakes. There are 3 common mistakes. The first is having those feet dance around on the ground, okay? If we do not have that full foot contact, we're not stable through the lower half of the body. The brain senses that instability, and it's just not going to produce much force output. We're just going to be weaker. Now, if you can't reach the ground through the whole foot, we can pull the feet back like so and push strongly through the ball of the foot. That's another option. Or you can put plates down and push through those. But again, that lower body stability and having tension through the legs is going to be really key to our arch position and being stable all the way through the ground up into the pelvis. Next up is flared elbows on the way down. Okay, this is a relatively unstable position. The lats are the main stabilizer of the shoulder, and they have a weak line of pull out here. So if you talk to any very strong bencher, they will talk about how essential the lats are, or that lat arm connection. And so the reason this happens is because we didn't correctly screw the arms into the bench and create tightness through the lats. When we use a barbell, it's slightly easier because the cue is break the bar. We don't have a bar, we have 2 independent dumbbells. So again, you have to think about screwing the arms into bench like so, a bit of external rotation and retraction of the shoulder blades. And you should feel the lats under here. And now the elbows are oriented at a 45-degree angle so we can row or pull the dumbbells down like so. Now the shoulder's incredibly stable, and we've done an excellent job of loading those pec fibers. Last up, and this is the reason why so many people feel their shoulders instead of their pecs, is shoulder blades hiking up to the ears on the negative. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, hopefully you can see this. My shoulders are hiking up, they're lifting off the bench, okay? So in this position, I can feel my triceps, I can feel my shoulders, I can't feel anything across my chest. And this is the result of 2 things, okay? So we can fix this by working on 2 things. Number 1, again, what we just talked about, screw the arms into the bench, retract the shoulder blades. Now they're set into a good position. The second part of this that's essential is to be active on the negative, squeezing those lats on the way down. If we just let gravity do the work, they're going to immediately pop up off the bench like so, and now I'm just going to feel it in my shoulders, my triceps, and I'm just not going to be very strong. So screw the arms into the bench, pull the dumbbells down, problem solved. Okay, wrapping this video up with a couple of quick tips. Control the tempo. My go-to tempo for dumbbell bench press is a 2 to 3 second lowering phase, a 1 second or split second pause, and then a powerful press back up. Okay, loading muscles eccentrically when they're lengthening under tension is so important for a potent muscle and strength building stimulus. It adds that time under tension that we need as well. And it helps to manage the position of our joints in space, so we have time to be in good positions, load the muscles well, and prevent any adverse stress on joints. And then the second quick tip is leave the ego at the door when you enter the gym. Okay, it doesn't do any good going too heavy, which we all have a tendency to do, but if we start to use momentum, we're going to find that our strength and muscle building efforts plateau very quickly. Okay, so use weights appropriate for your strength level right now, these set and rep schemes that you're doing. It's ideal to leave a couple of reps in the tank at the end of each set, not training straight to failure. That's unnecessary for both muscle and strength gains. And if you follow these tips, you are going to find that your strength really starts to climb, and you're going to do a better job of building muscle from this exercise, hitting those target muscles, pecs, shoulders, and mainly triceps. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you found it valuable. If you did, please give it a like, drop a comment, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next one.